keep going.
I mean, when Mark Dice says it's the millennials' fault, I don't think there's anything wrong with what he's saying. To a degree, it is the millennials because they buy into it.
Well, the boomers.
Well, it's not the millennials' fault. Like,
the boomers are kind of the ones that did everything.
Well, it depends on where you see it. That was before the Jays really took control.
Woodstocks, the boomers, and all those, the hippies, and all the drugs, and all that came from like the boomer generation.
Is that what you believe?
They're the parents of millennials. My parents are boomers.
You can't blame your parents.
But they're like the new age kind of like. What do you mean I can't blame them? I grew up in California, and I was raised in a school system where they literally fucking forced you by force to sit down and fucking, listen to what they tell you.
Who's this? OFU.
Oh, that's our friend Obi. I think this is Hefe.
Yeah, no Tim.
I know Hefe.
No, he just left. But okay, listen. I think that was before your parents. If they're boomers, it was before the Jays were able to really take control. I believe it was the 1950s when the new Israel nation came. I could be wrong, but I think that's it. So blaming the boomers when it was a Christian nation back then.
Well, yeah, but like
really
Christianity is about
universal.
The Christianity thing is all about universalism, like especially like being a Catholic. Like you welcomed in all these Filipinos and all these Mexicans, and anybody as long as they were Catholic or they were Christian, you let them in. So that was kind of like some cuckery kind of phase that the boomers were going through, and they're raising their kids to go to elementary schools and date people that are born in India.
That was before the schools were, well, at least where I live, were liberal influenced and controlled.
It was pretty liberal when I was growing up. I mean,
Well, the thing about liberals has changed. Now it's just like it's hard to say because liberal, maybe it started as a good thing, but it just became so. Like now, transgender and being for gays. That's what's changed about liberalism.
Yeah, I didn't grow up in that, but
yeah. Well, I did.
You're not a millennial?
I try to stay away. I try my best to stay away.
Are you a millennial?
Unfortunately, because I don't have a choice. I was born in.
Because we're all millennials. We all experienced it. Like, can't judge each other. Well, I know Zoomers don't really know any better. I try
my best not to be a millennial, not to be on the Twitter and the Instagram and the satanic Snapchat. I really try. Even Gen Z, I try my best not to be part of any of that.
It's a weapon that can be used to your advantage. It's just like use the weapon for bad things. Like
being a millennial. I mean, this is something that me and Thomas talk about all the time on our streams, right? Where being millennials, we actually have a little bit of a, call us boomers or whatever, but we have a perspective that Zoomers don't have to a certain extent.
It's like if you let's say you're in a black neighborhood, there's everyone's like a gangster. You want to try to separate yourself away from that community. That's what I see with millennials. I want to try to not be part of it, whatever millennial nonsense that they're pushing.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, that is a huge part of millennial culture. Is that basically everyone is a shitlip. Everyone is kind of a global homo. I'm not sure what words we're allowed to use on the stream.
Anything. No.
Oh, anything is that? I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna hold you to that. We can say anything.
Of course. You can say whatever you want. The most important thing is free speech in this world.
Are you
sure? Sure, you can say anything you want.
You're free to say anything.
Yeah, I go there, huh?
Including the N-word if you want.
Well, allow me to introduce myself.
I'm not doing your ADL show, Mikey. Are you an ADL show?
Of course not. I don't get. I'm the one exposed it.
Do you think OB is a shill? OB is a shill?
I don't know OB. I don't know what his beliefs are. Does OV question the Jays? Does OV call it?
Oh hell yeah.
Dude, I shaved today. I've got the mustache going again. Should I turn on my camera?
Don't make it all about him, man. He's gonna steal your show. That's too much charisma. Is that a Hindu word? Charisma? Does it sound English?
A Hindu word, charisma.
Yeah, but I mean, is charisma English? Is that an English?
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely not a it's not a dot nigger word. It's not a dot nigger word.
and you can say whatever you want. See, that's the thing. People have been programmed, right? You can't say the N word. That's how the agenda starts, right? Being against free speech. It's
Ultra, bro. That's literally the finest form of AK Ultra is the N word. Because when you say it, everybody starts freaking.
Exactly.
Turn into fucking robots. My bad.
Wait, is this the urban disciple in chat? Is that the nigger urban disciple?
Oh,
Oh, it is Tim. Dude, this guy made a video about me.
He did sound kind of black.
Well, and that's the thing. I think Urban, like I'm saying with Urban, he grew up. I think he tries to, try to be away from that community. Just like the majority of black people are though. So he tries to.
Yeah, we're like
not to be
the
part of
opposite
that.
though. We're not trying to get away from the white community. We're trying to like go to a place where there's a lot of white.
Well, there's even dumb. I mean, there's dumb white millennials out there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you try to get away from
Natalie.
it too.
But here's
the
difference. The difference is though. The difference is that the majority of white people are, are smart, whereas
Right.
the majority of niggers are dumb.
Nope.
And so obviously someone like Urban Disciple wants to escape the Negro stereotype.
I got your line. He wants to know where the white women at.
Where the white women at?
Well,
There we go. It's gonna get entertaining, gentlemen.
Urban's good, so Urban has his free speech. You all have your free speech, and
Oh, dude, I love when. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Where the white women at? Where the white women at? My dick.
Being a young white man,
wants to talk to me tonight.
Well, okay, I'll start with being a young white man. You want to try to dissociate with the majority of young black women now because they're all dumbed down to Kamala Harris.
Mike, let me tell you one thing. You kind of spoke for me. I'm not trying to get away from black community. I'm not trying to get away from. They might be trying to get away from. But in terms of, you guys are so stuck. You guys are so stuck on race that you can't.
Tell us about the flag pyramid.
You're so
Tell us
stuck
about
on
the
this
flag
middle
pyramids.
word and-
Wait. Say we was gangs. Say we was gangs. Come on. Wait. Tell us wash your ass. Tell us wash your ass. Come on. Give us something. Give us something, nigga.
Wash your ass. Oh, I'm sorry. What's the accent you wanted? I don't talk like that.
And that's the thing. I think Urban, you
I can
try
do
to
it better than you.
you try to be away.
Wash your ass,
Who's
nigga.
trying to be black? You guys are obsessed with black cock. You guys got a chat obsessed with black dicks over here.
Wait. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Where do you get that from? Where do you get that from?
No. You're jerking off to this shit. You love it. All right.
You're
I love that. Jerking off to what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
A black man being here. And who's blacker? Who can do a blacker?
Oh, I didn't
You guys
even.
are freaks.
Hey, man, I didn't know. I didn't know what stream I came on to.
I'm an actor.
You be on that elementary level if you want, but it makes sense.
Dude, I just checked my emails. I wasn't planning to do a stream. I just see a link, that Scotty or Durden, put into our hangout, and I'm like, fuck it, let's see who's on this stream. I don't know. I've never talked to Mike before.
Well, the majority of black people today, they're just really they're all Black Lives Matter and just into this dumb programming, and it's what they daily push dumb black programming.
Monkey see, monkey do, as it were.
What about those Trump supporters? What do you think about them?
Oh yeah, they're pretty dumb.
Oh, yeah.
They're white and they're fucking nationalists.
Yeah, fuck them,
Sure,
though. You know what I mean?
And you think
They're
They're white. Wait. They're white and they're nationalists. Obviously there is a Venn diagram. Yeah. There's a Venn diagram there. Wait. White people can be white and they can be nationalists, but white people can be nationalists, but also not white nationalists. Not all people who support Trump. Not all people who support Trump are white nationalists.
Okay,
Right.
so not everyone that's black has to support Black Lives Matter.
Well, no.
No. Who said that? None of us said that.
The majority of black do though.
Like 2020 was leaning
It's
towards
true,
that.
though.
Let's not play games.
It's true. The majority of black people do support Black Lives Matter, and it's even worse. The majority of millennial women support feminism, but you try your best to stay away from that, and not be part of it.
I agree with that statement. With both of
I
those
just want to
statements.
group it in as color thing. I mean, that's where you guys are missing the point.
What percentage of black people don't agree with BLM, with burn, loot, and murder?
Right.
Well,
The
how
majority do.
many of these true black people are not white?
What is define a true black person?
Well, that's not going along with an agenda that some dude tells them to pick and choose what they want to believe. If you're believing in Black Lives Matter, then you're just going all one.
Define a true black person.
We're just talking about you.
It could be an Israelite.
We're just having to
Israelites
talk
were
about
black.
black because you're stuck on that.
Whoa, we're getting
But
deep.
look at the issue.
How much? Okay. Negro. How much money
here
do
we
I?
go.
How much money do I have to pay you to send you back to Africa?
Who says I came from Africa?
Yeah, man.
Fucking genetics. Genetics says you came from Africa. Oh, where else would you have come from if not Africa?
America.
Yeah, but before that, though, I mean, like my genetics are from America, but before that, they're from Spain. So
Yeah, this is why Hitler built the camps. This is why Hitler built the camps.
No.
I'm guaranteeing you're more of an immigrant.
Why are we even trying to argue?
my family's
Hitler
been
was
Hitler
was a J, man.
If you guys wanted to look at it, I'm like
Hitler did nothing good. He was nothing more than a J. Hitler was J control.
Yeah.
Hitler was
Why would
Jewish.
we support Hitler?
We can have that conversation.
Brilliant.
We can have that conversation. But
No, but I want to get into urban what he's talking about. Like you're telling us that I'm more of an immigrant. I'm not. Like my family's been here before Benjamin Franklin and all them were doing anything.
Even the majority of Mexicans, the majority of Mexicans are nothing more than Trump haters. It's just that's what it is.
Majority of them are like what do you mean? Like how do you know they're Mexican or they're not from like
Well,
a
you gotta look at the
different
videos,
South
right?
American country? I get where Ovi's coming from because he thinks they're all Mexicans. He doesn't care.
wait a second. I discriminate between.
I mean, go to Brazil and you look at those people and you tell me what they look like.
They're also from Africa, though.
How do you? Says who?
What do you mean, says who? Where did niggers come from if not from Africa?
No, dude. Like, what are you saying? That they fucking were there with the indigenous Indian people? Like, and they, I don't know, just been there for centuries?
Where do Mexicans come from?
What about
Filipinos?
Wait, all right, hold on. I gotta step away for one quick second. I'll be right back.
Go get a drink.
A Samoan is like a black Asian person. It's like a mixture. They don't come from Africa.
So I'm going to pause it here a little bit and explain. I was given a wrench on this racist channel because these racist people send pedophiles to melanated people online. They send pedophiles because these racist men hate black men. So they do this in order to break the back. So I believe they do this truly because this race has always felt insufficient and indeficient, so they need to send pedophiles to do this to a generation of men. And so even though I was given a wrench here, it's all a setup. It was a mockery so that Urban can come here and they can say all those things to him, like the N-word and just pure disrespectful things. And they do this as a mockery. But these racist people are the ones that are sending pedophiles to brown people and melanated people online. And they gave me a wrench just to play it off, like if they have nothing to do with it. Here we go.
You ever seen a Samoan?
Yeah. They're a rarely rare race. No doubt they're just big. Samoans are just not that smart.
Do they look black? Do they look black or what?
Well, I mean,
No.
Samoans probably want to be smart people. The majority
Yeah,
of
African.
even
Take
the
an
majority.
African and paint white over their face. It's gonna look like it's gonna look like a what do you call it? Maybe I would say an authentic Asian person.
Why do Africans always make fun of Chinese immigrants and stuff?
I don't know. Take an African and look at them and just
Well,
imagine them white. They got the squinty eyes just like Asians. They got the flat noses just like Asians. My nose ain't flat like that. My family line doesn't come from Africa. I'm sorry.
The majority.
Where did it come from?
Samoans
Comes
are
from
black.
here. Comes from here.
Wow.
Wait a second. No one came from America.
Really?
You realize that, right?
Okay, then who was here before Europeans invaded? I'm just curious.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to figure out where your history.
Oh, yeah. Europeans invaded. Yeah.
So they were here. Where'd they come from? I thought they came from Europe. Britain. Everything
Yeah, they
is
did.
new over
They
here.
did, but there was a class.
What is a Mexican? Urban disciple.
And you don't want to be near the Chinese.
What is a Mexican?
Chinese people have COVID, so you would want to disassociate. If you were Chinese, you would want to try to disassociate with that. You wouldn't want to be the majority of Chinese people because most of them do have COVID.
Because, see, this channel gave me a wrench. So there's no way in mind they didn't know that they were inviting racist pedophiles to this live without knowing that I was going to be there because they gave me a wrench.
Think about the COVID that spread from China.
Not true. Not true, though. Most of them do.
Right.
I think that's how
So
I got
you try your best not to be, the majority of Chinese people.
Well,
You try to stay away from it.
talk about from Chinese land, not like Chinese American.
I have to agree with a couple of the comments that a pretty monotheism is saying.
Notice how the racist inbred is going to try to agree with me to try to make itself look like we're somehow in this together, and we're not. I have no idea who these racist people are. I have no idea why I was given a wrench here.
The Aztec and the Mayan, as far as I know, I could be wrong about this. I'm not like a complete expert on DNA and genetics and stuff like that. The Mayans and the Aztecs, as far as I know, are indigenous. But the Cherokee is kind of a separate situation.
It's funny how these inbreds think they actually know about bloodlines. And the Aztec, the Mayan, and the Cherokee were all in the Americas before it got colonized by 3 different occasions. Spaniards, the north and southern states from the US that were fighting for slavery because they were too lazy to do their own labor, on top of the colonism that they did from kicking out the real Americans, which consist of Mayan, Aztec, Cherokee, and many more tribes. So of course it's convenient for you to say you don't know about DNA and bloodlines regarding this topic about the Americas, because then that would say that the real immigrants are the Germans, the Hungarians, and all the other colonizers with the chickenpox. But let's continue.
I think the Cherokee are more closely related to Asians, as far as I understand.
So in his mind, because the Cherokee have elongated eyes and they're stretched, they might be related to the Chinese. Why do you think these kind of facial features belong to another race? Do you see how ignorant these people really are?
Yeah,
It's really scary.
My mother is Cherokee.
It's scary because they're on YouTube with big YouTube channels and they track IP addresses to send pedophiles to melanated people just because of they're scared of our men successfully succeeding. And this person here, the urban disciples, is an example of that. And look how they treat him. It's
You look at
really
her,
sad.
she's like an Asian lady. She's about as pale as you. I don't know where you get this from.
Dude,
You want to see a picture of her?
No one's saying anything wrong, man.
wait, Cherokee and pale is no, Cherokee and pale are 2 different things.
He knows nothing. He knows nothing. He knows nothing.
Well, most of you can't say the N word.
He knows enough that he just knows skin complexion. That's it.
No, he
Oh
knows
yeah,
more than that.
it's all exactly. You're exactly right, Urban. Race is all about skin color. Race is all about skin color.
No, that's
Why
why
would
the
you be a
amateurs.
nigger in your opinion if you really thought that?
No, of course I don't think that, and you know that I don't think that.
I don't see Urban
Well,
as
you can't really.
I see Urban try to stay away from that community because most of them, the most majority of black
Where is
people,
he gonna go? He has to uplift his community. That's not the answer.
you can't really fix that community. And I
Well, I
understand.
have more than just black that live
That sounds more racist than anything right there. Can't fix that community. Did you hear that? We're just like,
I feel like I'm dealing with a bunch of racists anyway. So what the, you know what I mean? Whatever.
Explain to me what is wrong with being racist?
Nothing's wrong with being racist. You can be whatever
Okay.
you want. But
So why do you bring it up? Why do you bring it up like it's some sort of insult? Why do you bring it up? Why do you bring up being a racist as some sort of insult?
Hey man, I can say the same.
They're racist.
I'm not racist. I'm just very monotheistic when it comes to being with my race. It's just unfortunate that they're being set up and pushed by these racist people to set up their other brothers and sisters. But that's okay. When they find out the truth, they'll stop, and I'm hoping they will.
Towards the white man. And,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Some of those Jews that you hate so much.
Yeah, Jews are racist. Yeah, that's my point.
Wars against you white people.
Exactly. You're not wrong.
The Jews too. They're against the white man also. The white Christian man. So I mean, it really comes to, these people are racist. These Jays. So that's what I have to say about that.
Yeah, I think they're more racist than actually black people. Black people, I think, have been taught to have the same hatred that the Jews
Well,
have.
yeah, the majority.
Who isn't racist? Tell me that.
The majority of
Well,
young
let me
black
say,
women.
Jews get religious privilege. They say we get in-group preference. We get to exclude ourselves. We get to eat alone. We get to
all
exclude
about
ourselves.
race with
Yet
these
we're the
people.
eternal victim. All day long, we're the victim. But my problem is not with the blacks.
Look, this person that's talking, CTEMX, he has kind of like this tweaker kind of slur. He reminds me of people that are in the street that have like this weird talk because of the drugs they've done. And then this OVFU guy, he sounds one of those gay guys that tries to sound racist to hide his gayness. And then this Mike Truth 2020 guy, he just sounds like a young, inbred guy that doesn't really think fully, so he just goes along with whatever's going on to fit in. And that's kind of my opinions about these individuals.
And I would like to say one more thing that hold on. Let me
It goes back to the J elite. The problem is with the J elite, and then with the BLM. Those are the problems.
Well, let me just say that when the family structure, when slavery was a thing, not that I condone slavery, the family structure was better. Again, I'm not a scientist, but I'm pretty.
How do you think the family structure was for those slaves? So sad that these people would say things like
They
this.
had better numbers, and then after that, like, media kind of subverted them in a way that, like, the family structure has gotten fucked up. And you can see that in hip hop. I love hip hop.
You're talking about like segregation, right?
Who controls the media? Who controls the music producing and shit like that?
The
Like,
Jews,
you can see
The Chinese.
So you can see that black people were the problem. They
China
got
also.
propagated in a bad way, and I feel bad for them.
Yeah, Urban Disciple, would you disagree with that statement that black people were better off under Jim Crow laws?
Of course. Well, no, it was wrong with the white people.
Wait, I'm asking Urban. I'm asking Urban.
Here's the thing. Do you think anything's changed from then to now?
Yes, I mean,
course,
plenty has
well,
changed. Plenty has changed.
Well, I mean, no, black people are still being killed by whites and racists.
No, well.
Oh God, do we?
Oh, come on.
The opposite, man.
No, everyone's still a slave to the dollar bill. Everyone's still staying in.
White
Wait, are you saying if only all niggers were millionaires? If only all niggers were millionaires, then they wouldn't be criminals. Is that what you're saying?
No, the biggest millionaires are criminals. How do you think they get money?
And most of
Yeah. That's why it's called.
It's in their nature.
That's why the NFL stands for the National Felons League.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I don't support the NFL. I don't even watch football.
I don't watch football.
I watch sports.
It's a good thing to try to stay away from that community. Even me, like being a millennial, I don't want to be anywhere part of that community. Just dragged into it.
Those are brainwashed sheep, man. So, call it what you want.
My dick. Where the white women at?
I like Hispanic women.
There's problem with them.
Hispanic women are white. What are you talking about?
There's problem with the Hispanic women. The majority of them are bad.
Hey,
You want to take some of my blood and see how much white I had in me over here, or what? I mean,
turn on the camera, nigger.
I know you'd like that.
Yeah, let's see how white you are. Let's see how white you are.
I don't know, Ovi. Are you racist? Are you racist, Ovi?
Yeah, absolutely, I'm racist. Wait, Urban, am I racist, Urban?
You just say a lot of racist words, but you're talking to me.
Wait, Urban, you made a fucking video about me. Am I racist?
No.
No? Oh, okay. Oh well, that's interesting.
No, you're not.
Oh, I act racist.
It's all
a show. It's all an act. It's all an act. Okay.
It is. You're gonna spend your time talking to a
Can you
nigga.
testify in court when we get arrested?
It's not a, Your Honor, it's not a hate crime. It's not a hate crime because this nigger said it's all an act. It can't be a hate crime because this nigger said it's all an act.
Yeah, the judge's gonna buy that one.
Pretty incriminating.
Court systems are nothing but lies.
Where do you live?
Majority of judges majority of judges don't know what they're doing, and even with Trump, he elected a female judge.
Yeah, Trump isn't perfect. I mean, I think we all agree with that.
Where you from, Ovi?
Where am I from?
Notice how they literally set up this live, gave me a wrench so I could get a notification so that they can threaten another brown man in front of me. And then in the chat, while I try to defend myself a little, this person, Mr. Jones, Mono, does your family tree have branches? Probably not. It's funny how these racist people set up a live, but you expect to nobody defend themselves, and the minute that somebody does, you want to threaten them. Interesting.
I mean, yeah. What, you want me to, like, do a drive-by and, like, cap your ass or something, or what?
You feel like doing it? Come on with it.
Listen, this is what I'm talking with Jeff C. It would be unfortunate if, like, Urban...
I thought he was a man.
Yeah, it'd be unfortunate if a nigger died. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, it would hold heavy on your conscience, man, not mine.
Oh no, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. I'll tell you that right now. No, it wouldn't.
Well, I'm not talking about you personally.
It wouldn't, because these racist people are used to sending pedophiles to brown children. Yeah, that's how they roll.
And I can see that, if Urban disciples died, the media could lie and just say it was another black man. But not realizing that Urban was for the truth.
I'll just blame it on...
See, and they have this Mike Truth 2020 guy. He kind of is supposed to play the part that sounds dumb, but he's the one that says what's gonna try to happen to whoever they're harassing. But he tries to sound dumb while saying it.
I'll just blame it on the Chicago gangs, you know?
Right.
Like, you know, it's just more black on black crime. I mean, it wasn't me, man. You know, and who would argue against it?
That's how deception works, right? You know, he was fighting for the truth, but then they're just gonna say it was a black on black crime. It's what the media will push.
Are you familiar with FBI crime statistics, Urban? Do you know what 1350 or 1356 means?
What do they have to do with me?
Well, you are part of the 13.
Well, as an individual.
You mean as in physical appearance? As in what I do? I'm not a part of anything.
Yeah, like, I mean, to be honest, like, he gets it.
You're really pulling some sorry arguments, but...
No, but he gets it. He doesn't want to be pulled into that crowd.
Right.
He's not a part of it, which is probably true.
No, I'm just not a part of stupidity. I'm not a part of any stupidity.
And even with Hispanic
doesn't matter if
women.
it's black or white, Mexican or whatever.
What is define stupid shit?
Stupid shit, like get your ass.
How are you different from the average nigger?
Right, that's a good question, actually.
What is the average?
He puts out truth out there. Urban puts out truth
against... What's the average nigger?
The ones who support BLM.
Oh, you can make videos like me in your dreams.
Oh God, yo.
Yeah, you couldn't do it. You couldn't do it.
Can do what?
I just told you.
Make a video. What super important videos do you make that are so unique that separate you from the average nigger?
Well, no.
What do you do is the question. You can
Why
go watch
why
my
are you
channel.
changing
run
the
your
subject?
mouth.
Why are
You
you
run
changing
your
the
mouth.
subject? We're not
talking about importance. We're talking about importance.
Well,
That's what I do.
And I've seen the videos Urban make. He made a great video exposing the Jays and the Israel elites. So I think he does stay away from the majority of black community.
No, I agree. Both of you have great video editing skills. Like, let's have a. Both are great. Work together to fight each other.
Yeah, I'm a fan of who was the what's his name? God, the guy that worked with oh, jeez.
Just want to show a little bit of what YouTube consists of. Basically, what they allow against brown people. It's really sad. Allowing racist pedophiles to track IP addresses to molest immigrant children and melanated children. I mean, if they're capable of threatening a brown man and a brown woman like myself online publicly for, let's see, 1,000 views with everybody witnessing, and let's see, not a single person mentioning it. And I mean, from the new person's eyes, these are just random accounts. But some of these people know exactly what this is, and they decided to watch and not say anything about it or even detect some sort of cyberbullying. And notice how the algorithms work regarding this live. When this live is playing, there's this getting recommended. Missing 411, and then a brown boy. Let's see what else. Killer Legends, The Neighbor. I just always take notice on the recommendations that are showing when there's a video playing. A lot of times they do it on purpose. And I'm just so impressed how a live so disrespectful can get this 1K views in 3 days. And I went live and I nearly poured my heart out and hardly get any views. And this they do it on purpose. Notice these people went live for almost 7 hours. Who does that? And they do the threatening right in the middle. They do the threatening right in between so that nobody can detect it. So